have the privilege of knowing, learning from, and interacting with since many years back. Medyo dugay-dugay namin nagkaila ni Sir Bong, especially in terms of pagpanerbisyo sa gobyerno din sa Mindanao. Sa tanan natong mga higala nga ani karon, of course led by our Regional Executive Director Bong Gonzaga of DARFO 11, sa ato ang Regional Technical Directors Mayan Magno Constantino, and ato ang RTD pod Director Sabiel Zacarias, and of course our very able representative for the farmer sector in the RAPSI, Chairman Mr. Epifanio Loyola Jr. Uban pa natong mga officers of RFO 11, from division chiefs to supervising of mga technical staff, heads and representatives of various offices and bureaus attached to the Department of Agriculture, guests from all other agencies, and of course our farmers and fisher folk, exhibitors of different very important commodities that form part of our productivity nga naapod diri karon. Maayong buntag kanatong tanan on behalf of Secretary Leo Magno. Siguro uban sa inyo nakakita na kay Secretary kung unsa siya kagwapo ug unsa katangkad. I'm trying to keep up with that expectation. Although gukod-gukuron ako siya sa kagwapo na para, pero ang katangkad lang medyo di na namo na magbukod ni Red Bong. Kay murag tatak na namo na kaniadto pa gyud. But small but terrible ang tawag sa mga parihas namo. And on behalf of Secretary Leo Magno, who's currently on various meetings in Manila, especially na hinangat na ang eleksyon, he performs a very important role of making sure that we are all able to effectively monitor everything that's happening in Mindanao. When Secretary Magno became the chairperson of MINDA last year, dakong role ang nadungag sa iyahang trabaho. Previously, he was just performing as the presidential advisor for Eastern Mindanao, dealing with many other tasks related to NTF-ELCAC, some political activities that need to be worked out, representing the office of the president, addressing many other issues on the ground, troubleshooting. Pero itong naging MINDA chairperson na siya, nadungag ang mas dakong trabaho, which is to ensure effective coordination of all major programs of government, including development partners and the private sector, all across 6 regions, from more than 405 municipalities, 28 provinces, and more than 10,000 barangays, and that is Mindanao. Igun ana kadako ang role sa Mindanao Development Authority in terms of making sure nga when we understand development, when we understand growth, dili lang siya Davao, Cagayan de Oro, Jensan, Zamboanga, or Butuan, but the entire Mindanao, especially including the Bangsamoro region. And that's why activities that definitely involve our agriculture sector is something that we definitely provide or definitely put forward our strong support and commitment. Because when MINDA looks at the macro man lang gud ang amuang overall na deliverables. Because the specific programs, projects, and activities are being undertaken by different agencies. Kung moingon ka og airport, seaport, that's Department of Transportation. When you talked about roads and bridges, that is Department of Public Works. When you talked about whether or not businesses are thriving in many of these areas in Mindanao, that's Department of Trade and Industry. When you talked about whether or not our agriculture sector is able to thrive, our farmers and fisher folks are being provided with necessary support, that is Department of Agriculture. when we expect tourists to come in for many of our destinations, Department of Tourism. But the one that makes sure nga nagtahi-tahi ni sila tanan in terms of funding, in terms of advocacy, and in terms of policy, that's where we come in sa Minda. Because at the end of the day, our role is to make sure that kung asa man kadiri sa Mindanao, whether Region 11, 12, 13, Barm, or Caraga, you are from Mindanao. Isa lang ang atuang isla sa Mindanao that we need to work together, and therefore we should move together as one Mindanao. Because nga naman, walay Minda nga opisina sa Luzon or Luzon Development Authority. There is no Visayas Development Authority. There is only one Mindanao Development Authority. Nga namang naaingon aning nga opisina, it started 1961 pa, when the first ever Mindanao Development Authority was created. Katulang, at that time, dili pa hinog sa panahon, dagan pang kailangang i-address, and so nag-evolve. After MDA 1961, gihimo ang Southern Philippines Development Authority or SPDA in 1969 towards 70s, especially in support of the peace process. Leading up to in 1975, gipirmahan ang Tripoli Agreement where 27 provinces, especially in Central Mindanao, became the focus of the government support for the peace process. 27 na karon, pila na lang na sila, mahimong 5 ka mga probinsya na part of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. It was during those years in the 60s na ang mga leaders sa Mindanao sought and advocated that there has to be an agency, an office that will make sure that every single one of us here in Mindanao gets to see an office that represents the vision, represents the problems and issues in Mindanao. Hence, na-create ng opisina. Kaya lang, nag-evolve, daghang problema, nawa na po siya. Really, ingon anak kakusog. Hangtod in 1992, there was supposed to be a bill that was passed in Congress, lower house of the Senate, to create Mindanao Economic Development Authority. Kaya lang, givito ni the late President Cory, and in place, she created Mindanao Economic Development Council or MEDCO by an executive order. But it was in 2010, during the time of President GMA, when MEDCO eventually became what today is called Mindanao Development Authority or MINDA. Our role is to ensure that all of us in Mindanao are coordinated. Gani, kung makita nato karon diri ang setup sa tuwang selebrasyon sa Farmers and Fisher Folk Month, makita nato ang coordination. When we moved around ganina from the exhibit area down to the products na gina-display nato, agricultural products, atong ma-realize ang coordination o ang science. Na ang agriculture DI is all about essentially science. Adunay science dapat. The same argument that we are also now conveying to the private sector pag-abot sa atuang energy, elektrisidad. Our electricity, para dili ta magka-brown out, is also all about science. Dili na siya basta kay itukod lang bisag asa. So sama po sa itong mga tanong. Dili siya kay basta-basta lang asa ipanghagsak ang liso o expect na mutubo siya. If we wanted this to be propagated well, it had to be supported by science, had to be supported by research. And that is also what we are now driving in Mindanao in terms of the many aspects of our development. Sa agriculture sector, definitely it's science-based. Sa energy, maupuda mo gina-push karon na science-based siya o data-driven. Our development, especially also in terms of infrastructure, asa ba dapat itukod ang kalsada? Asa ba dapat itukod ang bridge? Or asa ba dapat itukod ang mga airports o seaports? Dapat backed by studies, backed by research. So kana pod ang amuang ipanghingusgan, because at the end of the day, when we advocate for this, especially in Congress, nga mooy nag-decide kung pila ang atuang pondo nga madawat, it is important that our lawmakers understand, masabtan, nga maubay kini ang entire value chain na dapat natong suportaan sa Mindanao, especially in our agriculture sector. In many of our presentations, sometimes, kung pwede lang, dili nilang nako i-appeal sa ako ang slide, pero di yun nako matanggal ang reality. When we present about the Mindanao situation, the poorest of the poor in Mindanao in terms of sector are farmers and fisher folks. This is an irony that we wanted to address. Because kung baliktaron mo ang sitwasyon, Mindanao accounts for more than half of the country's agricultural output. 8 out of top 10 export commodities of the Philippines come from Mindanao. When we talk about export commodities such as bananas, pineapple, coconut oil products, pineapple, seeds, and several others, di pa nato apilod ang ato ang livestock, for instance, and poultry. That is very much predominantly from Mindanao. Kana lang, pag-abot sa national accounting, na-record dito sa headquarters niya sa national capital, so si national capital ang bato, dili si Mindanao. When you talk about our GDP sa kinatibukan, services sector ang sikat kaayo because that accounts for what? Around more than half of our entire Philippine economy, services. Then, ang agri-fisheries, forest and fisheries, naalang sa less than 20%. And then, the bigger part is industry. Pero ang gusto nato ipasabot sa kadaghanan, because this is what is not being appreciated. Yes, services sector ang pinakadako ang contribution in terms of our economy. Di na nagikan ang kwarta negosyo. Pero unsa ba ang pinakadako nga component din ha? Agriculture value chain. In 2017, a study was done by World Bank, led by then the former NEDA Director General Carl Chua, whom Minda had the opportunity to partner with for the Mindanao Jobs Report study. That particular report pointed out that 60% of Mindanao's economy is attributed to agriculture value chain. And 60% of the jobs in Mindanao, 6 out of 10 jobs in Mindanao are related to agriculture value chain. Buot ipasabot, naamang ka sa bangko, daghang transaction billion-billion kada adlaw, more than half ana related to businesses in the agri-sector or food industry. When you go to the mall or the hotels, syempre, makita dayon kung unsay naa sa mall, unsay naa sa hotel. Pero pag mall o hotel, asa ang dapat dili ka mawala? Kananan. O ang naa sa kantanan, unsa? Pagkaon. When you look at our transport sector, yes, daghantag mga kotse, pero daghan po tag mga container trucks, mga vans nga nagaagi-agi kada adlaw. Unsay karga nila, more than 60% or 50% of their cargoes are agriculture products. Kini sila nalukop sa services sector. Pero kung imuhang halong katon, kung unsa ba gyud ang ilahang bitbit, unsa ba ang naa sa mall o sa hotel, pagkaon, food, agriculture na siya. That's how important agriculture is. To make sure na dili lang ta magutom, but to make sure also that we progress. Naglipa na left and right, murag mushroom, murag kabote ang mga coffee shops karon nato diri. That's our strength because 8 out of top 10 producing provinces in the Philippines na sa Mindanao. Pero services sector ang iyahang recording, dili agriculture. Kasi ang ato ang AFF dito lang naka-confine sa production. Pag iproseso na siya and several other value adding, nawa na siya sa accounting, mahulog na sa services sector. And that's why this is what we're always trying to point out. Kaya sa uban manggod, sa big industries, dili sexy sa ilahang agriculture as an investment area. But when they understood nga ingunana day ang entire value chain, ingunana day kadako ang income, then they realize it makes sense. It is worth investing in the agriculture sector. Nganong kinahanglan natong daghang negosyante manulot sa agriculture sector because this is what we wanted to bring our products up the value chain so that we can achieve economies of scale just like what our neighbors are doing. Thailand, Vietnam, and many other countries in ASEAN, such as Malaysia as well. If we achieve economies of scale, mas barato ang atong cost of production, we become competitive, mas mubaba ang atong presyo, we can also penetrate many other international market destination. Padaghanan sa inyo usahay sa puton nga makakita sa mga dagko nga 20-footer, 40-footer container trucks muagi sa tuang mga dalan. Kaya nga naman, traffic. Mabudlay na punta kay daghang kayong truck. But sometimes I always tell everyone when I have the opportunity, balik taron na to atong perspective. Unsa ba ang kargaan nga container truck? 40-footer container, probably saging, gikan pa as far as Maguindanao. Padulong sa Japan, or probably China, or probably Middle East. And so that kung mahalin na dito sa end country destination niya, na ay farmers, na mahatagin sila maayong kaugmaon. So kana na lang atong una-unaon na perspective. It really wanted agriculture to thrive, to move further, and to help us progress. A change the perspective. To look at agriculture, not just on the production side, not just on the farming side, but the entire value chain. And that is also what Secretary Leo Magno has directed all of us sa Minda karon in terms of our priorities, especially in support of the President's Bagong Pilipinas, and also definitely as our effort to move forward the building a better Mindanao. We don't implement big-ticket projects because that is not our mandate. But we can implement certain catalytic projects nga wala pa'y nisulod na government agency. We also push for major policy recommendations na otherwise dili madayon kung wala ang recommendation ni Minda. Kanang Davao International Airport nato, when it was approved sometime mga early 2000, kasing dako o kasing gamay lang siya sa Lagindingan Airport. Two bridge lang na siya nga airport because at that time the national capital said you don't need a big airport. That was mga 2000. So tama lang mo sa inyong aning nga design. When we learned about that, gireklamo na mo, gidala na mo sa tuang mga partner, congressmen sa Davao region. We love it for the Davao Airport to be upgraded, to be revised, because sa tanaw na mo, gamating kaayo siya. And true enough, Davao Airport, prior to pandemic, was already accommodating around 5 million passengers. It was built and designed only for 4 million passengers. 1 million short na ta. Kung wala mi naghilabot, wa mi nakialam, din ang ato ang Davao Airport karon kasing dako lang unta na siya sa Lagindingan Airport. Back in 2010, tanan sa tuwa nakahiagom og brownout sa Mindanao. Although we always emphasize, daghang nagreklamo, inconvenience, daghang negosyo nagadaot, suko ta kay kulang ang kuryente unsay gihimo sa electric cooperatives or sa distribution utilities. But our brothers and sisters in Basilan, Sulu and Tawi-Tawi are laughing at us. Nga naman, nagreklamo ta sa kainit, inconvenience, sila all their lives, wa sila'y kuryente. Taga Davao, taga Mindanao po na sila. So sana mga igsoon rapod nato, but they have not been given that opportunity to see the benefits of growth and progress that we are all enjoying here in mainland Mindanao. And that's why, to demonstrate that the role of Minda is to make sure that these areas in Mindanao are not left behind by the rapid growth of our areas. Last year, we completed a 1.6 megawatts, the first ever hybrid plant in Mindanao, in the towns of Siboto and Sitangkay. Kung tanaw ninyo sa Google, kana ang pinakatumoy, pinakalayo nga parte sa Pilipinas. But, nearest to Malaysia and Brunei. Langoyon na lang nimo actually 2 hours na naka sa Borneo, Brunei, Malaysia ug Indonesia. Yet 13 hours pa siya kung biyahion nimo by airplane from Tawi-Tawi to Zamboanga. But we have not been given that opportunity in terms of economic growth. Kay layo kayo sila. And that is our role. Dito po, ang ilahang tubig, they buy water from across the border. Bottled water ang ilang ginainom dito kada adlaw in Sitangkay, which gamay nga municipality, when you look at the map, walay landmass, gamating lang. Nganuman, naglutaw ka. Still, ang mga households dito. Ang ilang means of transportation is boat. Murakag na sa Venice, Italy. That's why Sitangkay is called as the Venice of the South. But since wala sila tubig, bottled water or rainwater, ang ilahang source of daily water consumption, they import pa from Malaysia. Minda, together with UNIDO, proposed a 10 million, roughly around 570 million pesos, level 3 water system in Sibuto and Sitangkay. Level 1, sa kadaghanan nato nakahinumdum, dito na isa sa tubod. Level 2, niabot dito sa tuwang purok-purok, so naging communal. Level 3, niabot sa tuwang tagsa-tagsa ka mga balay mo na nga sa faucet nato na itubig, level 3 na siya. Half of the municipalities of more than 400 towns in Mindanao, 100 of them walay level 3 water system. And mostly these are in the Bangsamoro region. Areas where we have currently still high number of waterborne diseases. Areas in Mindanao where we still have the stunted growth. Agay, para sa muwaan ni Fred Bong. Stunted growth, meaning kasi wa mutubo ang mga bata na dapat angay na sa ilang specific height. Areas in Mindanao that have the lowest literacy rate, especially in the recent presentation by Senator Win Gatchalian, sa highest illiteracy rates all across the Philippines. Of the top 10 provinces, 8 are in Mindanao, mostly in the BARM area. That's why this is the role of Mindanao, to make sure na kini na itong mga nasa laylayan na provinces in Mindanao, especially the BARM, are being given such opportunity. And the way forward for this is what? Kung ang kapobrehon sa Mindanao, kadaghanan na sa mga rural farming areas, unsang solusyon? Dili call center, dili manufacturing, dili semiconductor processing, agriculture. Because this is our inherent strength in Mindanao, and therefore we draw such strength to lift Mindanao forward in terms of growth. That's why your role in the agri-sector is that crucial and is that critical. To make sure na all of us here in Mindanao are able to realize not just the long-time promise that we have been hearing, but this time around, with your work, supporting our farmers and fisher folk, we can make Mindanao the land of fulfillment and development. On behalf of Secretary Leo Magno, mabuhay ang atuang mag-uuma o mangingisa.